I want to address this one head on. Yeah, if a black woman is crying herself to sleep, she has every right to do that. Because guess what? You guys have not measured up to a darn thing. And I want to make that clear to you. Not a darn thing. There's a man that I would meet in my travels, and we had a conversation. He was cool, right? I thought he was a cool guy. So I'd see him and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Do you know at some point this guy just completely would just try to invite himself over to my house? Oh wow, like, oh, that was an approach, right? So now you want to make it seem like, so now if I cry myself to sleep, which I don't. But let's imagine that according to your idea that I'm one of those women, don't you think I have a valid reason? Because there's these guys out here are acting like bozos. I met another guy, he said, he was not even black. But this is what he said. He said, "Oh, I'm looking for a woman who's going to help me because my mother, I'm not making this up, my mother takes care of me and I want somebody to take her place so she doesn't have to do it anymore." Did you hear what I said? So, yeah, some women are crying themselves to sleep because they're alone and they never anticipated being alone. And despite the fact that they are good women, despite the fact that they take good care of themselves and they maintain high standards for their lifestyle, they're still alone. So yes, some black women are crying themselves to sleep because you know what? It's better to cry yourself to sleep when you're alone and your bills are up to date and you have good credit and your car note is up to date and you have gas in your car and money in your bank account. It's better to do that than cry yourself to sleep because your husband is outside running the streets of your local town. You don't know where your car is because he borrowed it, but he gave it back last week and you smell perfume in it. Or should I go on? Peace is better than BS. Get that in your brain. I'm saying it again. Peace is better than BS. Peace is always going to be better. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you something. Peace with a little bit of chocolate covered strawberries, with some filet of sole or baked salmon, peace with a nice vacation, peace with feet up watching your favorite movie, peace going off to see a Marvel flick, peace taking care of visiting with family, taking care of your family members, peace raising your child, knowing that you have someone to support you, whether it's a family member to pick him or up from school. Peace is better than BS. Okay? So you can keep your story to yourself because, yeah, there are women that do cry themselves to sleep because they wish they could have a healthy relationship with what I'm noticing so far has not yet to be offered. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, don't tell me that I'm attracting this. When men find you attractive, you will get all types. So I'm gonna deflate that whole notion that you only attract what you are nonsense. When you're attractive, now don't tell me I am or I'm not. When you're attractive, attractive women know this, and men, but women particularly, you will attract stuff from the gutter all the way up. Okay. You're going to attract the homeless man. You're going to attract the bus driver, the guy at the post office, and the guy in his suit with his briefcase. So, making sure you understand that part with this whole thing about we only attract who we are nonsense. There's truth to that, and then it gets taken too far. So, for the women that are crying themselves to sleep, let them cry. Let them cry. They have a right to cry. But guess what? They won't be crying forever because some of you guys don't mean them any good. And the ones that do, you should get busy. Get busy. The ones that have good intentions, the ones that are looking for genuine love, get busy. Get busy finding love, not a new romantic rendezvous. That's played out already. It's a wrap with that. Another rendezvous is what most of you are offering, and they're crying because they want more than that. And you guys are so unsophisticated. You're not sophisticated enough, too many of you, to offer more than a rendezvous. So they cry. Ladies, add prayers to your tears. Don't just cry. Add some prayers to your tears. And ladies, listen, add a warm bath. You can put bubbles in there. You can put a bath salt, some candles. You don't have to have wine or champagne. If you must, you must. A nice beverage, a sparkling beverage of some kind. Some sparkling water on ice with a little lemon. Sometimes it's refreshing. And sit in the bathtub and cleanse. And then you'll feel better. But it's okay to cry. Yeah, some of us are crying. Yeah. And mix the prayers with the tears and let God hear that we're suffering down here because yet again, these men have not opted just to be men in our home and men in our lives. They want to keep themselves as toys, and we don't want toys because we're grown up and they don't want to grow up. They have Peter Pan syndrome. They want to be babies for the rest of their lives. And us, we don't want you to be our baby. We don't even want you to be our man. We want you to be a bona fide husband that takes care of the grounds, that takes care of the community. Do you understand that? Maybe you can understand. Listen to this a few times. It's packed with a lot of information before you keep making fun of women crying. Yeah, they're crying. They need love. Okay? Go listen to some LL Cool J and refresh. You who wrote this. He wrote that song. Go listen to some LL Cool J, refresh and reset. Okay? Try it before you come on here ridiculing somebody that needs love.